All right, this side I'm just gonna do the recording for this game. Let me back up a little bit. So, one sec. Trying to figure out like the best way to talk about things. I'll also not trying to sound matter of fact. I'm also not gonna lie to you. I'm playing. I have to get all of the things in at once. My ADHD brain with very limited time. All right, so I know that you pick a Vela here from what we talked about a little bit, but one thing that I do want to talk about is I noticing a trend in the heroes that you pick. You like small incremental value, but I think that's not great in the meta right now. The pick here for me is easily Horde Dragon. Even if you don't like Horde Dragon, there's a good chance that you're not doing Horde Dragon things very well. Um, so it's like not close that it's Horde Dragon for me too. And so I know it's like preference and stuff and for fun and whatever, but like from a coaching perspective, there's pretty much immediately a quote unquote misplay by not picking Horde Dragon. And if you want like specifically a Horde Dragon coaching session, I would be more than willing to do that too. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on. So I noticed that you roll here. I see you thinking about the baby dragons, but I think you're very correct to not take the baby dragons in the end. Good pick up there. And I do like the lock. I like Cut Purse on Avella. It's one of the few reasons that I think she's not completely useless. Play here is pretty easy. Just take the mouse and the probably the for glory, yeah. Again, I just want to remind you that I don't actually watch these beforehand. So I'm seeing everything in real time. It's good. I'm getting a lot of cut first value, which is nice. Let's see. Another pretty self-explanatory turn. Um, Actually, okay, good. This is something that we can talk about. So I don't like this, and the reason why is that what I'm assuming you're trying to do is play around Dragon a little bit, but you have to take into consideration who you're playing and also still just the numbers. Um, there's more non-dragon units than dragon units, and if you do this and you attack into something you can't kill and it attacks back into it, then you guaranteed don't get the gold. And this is actually a little bit less likely to win as well. So I liked Mim 5, Cat 1 2, Billy 3. I would do that more often than I would try this. It wasn't relevant here. This is just a very strong trophy hunter. Against trophy hunter, putting 1/1s in front and 3/3s, it's the same thing. So it just didn't matter there. Uh, Pretty obvious queen, as always. Yeah, I think this turn was pretty scripted. Yep. Really good turn. Got both of the slays. This is an interesting shop. I'd like to see what you do here. There's a clear line for me, but the thing is, I don't think it's actually that clear because it's not powerful. But I think it's just the best thing to do, because you really don't want to start doom rolling around this level, especially not for like black cats and stuff like that. So taking some units and also allowing yourself some treasures to be good in the monster manual, because then you already have a pair of twos. There's not a lot of twos that you really want, but if you get monster manual mummy, usually 2-for-1s, and it's pretty good. I wouldn't have spelled there. Okay, let's talk about that. So basically, the spell there is 1 gold for being slightly stronger for 1 turn. When you're playing heroes like Avella, her whole purpose is being strong early game to get things like experience. So wasting a gold on a spell that's not that likely to help you really, really adds up quickly. So that 1 gold may not seem like it's relevant just because like it's okay, well, whatever, it's 1 gold, who cares? But it's actually like a lot more than 1 gold in that even this turn, you would have been able to buy maybe even the familiar and this spell, and you're just like in a much better spot than you would have if you just spent that 1 gold. So also with the way that you spent the 1 gold, back up just a little bit, you're rolling to twos. So you could be rolling to twos and you still have a couple of units that you want to replace. So putting this puts you down to 1, and then you'd have to sell the chicken. But basically, there's just no real reason to sell down and roll to 1 gold. It's just another gold that's now being wasted because you can't really do anything with it. Um, so it's just like kind of about thinking about your next step and stuff. Like it looks like you're making plays based on each shop and not so much like how to explain it. It looks like you're making plays based on the shop and not really having too much of a plan in hand, which you've talked about wanting to get better about with having a plan and everything. But when watching it, it's becoming pretty apparent what you mean by that. So just always keep in mind the numbers of what you're going to roll into. I know I'm like being repetitive about it, but I think it's super important because now look, we're just sitting wasting with this gold. And we're probably just going to roll it, and that's the turn. Or we're going to end up wasting a gold because we're either going to roll or we're going to buy 2 and cast this. And so we actually ended up wasting 2 gold here, which is just a black cat, but that's okay. That was just a decision thing. We ended up wasting 2 gold, which is a lot. Well, we get faced. But we still win, though. All right, I missed that turn. That's my bad. That's my bad. very intrigued to see what you do here because I think, yeah, I was gonna say I think I know what you're gonna do, and I think I'm gonna disagree with it pretty hard. Okay, so I think it's just another case of you not really realizing what your hero power is supposed to be doing. And so why I say that is you've now made two separate plays that are supposed to be tempo oriented or winning a current fight oriented. Dark Contract's powerful, yes. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, you're already really powerful early game. So that one gold that you wasted here and this is a 2 treasure and a gold that you wasted, and that will add up very quickly. So what I would have suggested doing instead is basically the Great Library card is sort of broken on heroes like this, and why I say heroes like this is this hero's whole purpose is to get experience now. Like that's all you're looking to do is just get experience. And so the library card actually allows you to get experience, you're literally twice as likely to get experience. So you just want to get experience and go to 6 and play Good Boy Pumpkin Trees or if you have to, Bearstein. So I think I figured you were going to snap pick it, and I figured I was going to have to talk about it, but I really, really don't like this. And I would pay a little more attention to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to figure out with your hero. This is a really good pickup. This is very, very good. This is treasure map potential. This is sarcophagus potential for more experience. I guess it's also just Dark Contract for the turn. Sorry, my work computer's still going off. I've been working for 15 hours and 40 minutes now. Okay. Combat wasn't super relevant, but this fight is super, or this decision right here intrigues me. Good scouting. Interesting. So the Dark Contract might come in handy here for winning the Wish Upon a Star, but this is a case of it working out when it shouldn't have, I guess is the best way to really put it. Um, like it was just really lucky that we hit the experience here. Thing is, our board's not that strong. Double queen on 4-0. I guess we're fine. I think I would give up on the gold here and actually just support both of the mummies because that's what's most likely to get us to win. We do have the Avella passive, so I guess it's fine. We do win here. It's super, super good. Interesting spot. Good. I'm glad you didn't buy that. So I'm gonna talk about what I would do here before I see what you would do, because I have a feeling I know what you're gonna do, just from previous play. So basically, our hero power has mostly fallen off. It'll be really good with the big pigs and everything, but we don't want to be playing these bad units just to get to our hero power. So I would pretty easily sell this Billy and put the Medusa. And the reason I'd grab the Medusa is because it's going to be 6 power in front of this, and there's a good chance that it just kills something. And even if it doesn't kill something, that means it's leaving slots open for our pigs and our queens. So I really like the Medusa a lot here. With the Dark Contract, it's almost likely it's much more likely to help win a fight too. So I think it's like really good to take. Yeah, I was worried you're gonna roll it away. Another one too. But what I'm hoping you do is don't cast a spell on one of these, because this is I brought this up in the Curse King game too. These units these 4 units will not stay on our board. And so wasting any gold on these would be kind of catastrophic. Oh, are you gonna sell for the Dusa? Oh, you just roll, okay. Might as well cast this. Oh, you're buying Vulture? Okay, yeah, I think this is like, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Again, I know it's gonna sound mean, but I think this is gonna be a little bit of the beginning of the end. So it's 5-0, technically 4-1, I get it. But we're buying a unit that's barely good on 4-0. We have 2 to 5 animals, and 2 to 5 animals makes this 29 power, 4 or 5. It makes it not very powerful. It's not much better than this, and you just got rid of a bunch of gold for a bad unit on level 5, where you can be buying things like more big pigs or Nians or even Robins and stuff. Like you're tunneling really hard on your hero power again, and it's probably going to start costing you, if not now, over the next couple turns. Because right now we're super far ahead, but I want to say, just squandered it a little bit. Luckily, our opponent is playing Skip's Puzzle Rune early, so we get to punish them a little bit. They're quite strong, but not strong enough to matter. Okay, +3/+3, so it's a 34 max, right? This is a really lucky pickup. Not lucky, but this is a really good pickup. Now I feel like you're gonna get baited into this baby bear, which you're gonna have to sell off a pair of 3s for. Okay. So it doesn't look like you have. This is exactly what you talked about. So this is why I'm gonna kind of nail it in so hard right here. Is it looks like you're just doing things, and so like that might sound like kind of mean, but it's exactly what this coaching is for. So it's 5-0. You're 2 experience ahead. You still have this kitty cut person play, and like you still have this. You've passed 2 Medusas. You've passed a baby bear. You picked up a really bad unit, but you can start putting some effort into this unit. You don't want to get rid of either of your pairs of 3s, so I would actually consider selling one of these off, or just getting the time flies, since you're already doing this bad unit. It's pretty good here. Now, luckily, it looks like you hit an experience anyway, but that's another case of, I think, throwing away a little bit of tempo. I'm gonna talk about it more after the game, so it doesn't seem like I'm just bashing you and like not telling you what you should be doing. But after the game, I'm gonna go back through a couple spots and show you exactly what I mean. interested to see what you do in this bot. Against bot board with 34 HP, you should be level 6 next turn for sure. Now you just roll again. So now, let's talk a little bit more about this turn. Oof, that's just unlucky. That happens. I don't blame you for that. So we waste 4 gold here. We seem like we're trying to have a plan, because when you bought this, you're basically saying I have to play Bearstein. And then we pass a baby bear here. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 really bad units. Seven bad units. Our board is basically these and hoping that these can carry. But right here, you have so much HP to be working with because of your hero power, basically, and a little bit of the Dark Contract. It has helped, but at the same time, we shouldn't have to be in a position where we need it to help, because this is exactly the Dark Contract problem, is we still have a bunch of crappy units on our board because we just want value out of this. Selling out of this pair, well, it's even if you take 14, you're 3 experience ahead. You just get to play trees, or you get to play Bearstein, or you get to play Pumpkin. This should be taken every time. And so why I bring it back up again is just it's just gold efficiently. We're being super gold inefficient because we don't have a plan. And you had mentioned that you kind of flounder around late game. I have an idea of how to go about that, but it's going to take me a lot of time, so we will deal with that later. Basically, I think the best way to really look at it is I'll try to make you like a little guide of, if you have X units on level 4 or 5, you should be thinking about X comps at 6. So like, for example, since you picked this up and since you have these, you should be thinking about either Pumpkin or Baby Bear, or Bearstein. So you have to figure out how to get to Bearstein as quickly as possible, with some amount of HP. And another thing to help with that would be like what I've been talking about a lot, is figuring out unit replacements. Like these units, I told you this, some things are just going to sound mean, but these units should just absolutely not be here. These are awful. This is really bad too. Like you could have Medusa, Baby Bear, Medusa, or even like Medusa, Baby Bear with this setup, and you're just way stronger. And then even with these bad units, now you have to figure out, okay, well, the bad units got me to this spot. How do I take advantage of the bad units now? And right now it would be just taking this. So I'll quit repeating myself on that. I just really want to drive that point in. I at this point I would cast this. I'm not gonna blame you for that. I mean, it sucks, but it happens. Oh jeez. They got the worst cleave, which is super unlucky for them. Oh, are they gonna die with this board? I'd be fuming. Oh my god. That's so toxic. Jeez, they have bounty board too. That's so toxic. They're 3 experience ahead? Okay. Alright, pretty easy here. Oof. Like tokens against Trophy Hunter does suck, but how much you can do here. Oh, go to bed. Okay. There's one clear pick to me here. I have a feeling you're going to go for Jirac Saber. So I'm actually going to talk about it before you even pick. So again, I'm just harping on it. Taking Jirac Saber just admits that you have no plan here. Taking Evilizer is wrong. But the thing is, right now is the last chance you get to identify what you're going to be doing. And it's just a little bit of game knowledge and knowing that I think you're at the point where you can play trees, but you have to get really lucky and build the whole trees at 6. But the thing is, you're already really good into Bearstein and you're really good into Pumpkin, and Monkey's Paw is amazing with both of these. And so, also to go back a little bit, with the pair of 5s that we had and the shops that we've been passing, like Baby Bear would be great, the Time Flies would be great. we could be going into this monkey paw Bearstein plan and just be significantly stronger. And also, it's better against right now Trophy Hunter because the extra stats might make it so he doesn't slay. So the pick here is definitely Monkey's Paw, and I don't think it's particularly close. But it's just about knowing and identifying these late game comps, which you and I are gonna have to work on in some way. That's not going to be something that I've done before, so we're gonna have to figure out how to work on it together, I think. And like I said, maybe the little document that I was talking about earlier is just the best way to go. But anyway, um, let's continue. Oh, oh, yep. So this happened in the curse. Oh, I'll finish this turn first. Sarcophagus pretty easily would be the usual pick. So I also don't agree with this, which is obviously a little weird since we're a full evil comp, but I'm just once again talking about it. Sarcophagus is just something to do right now, and it's already 5-0. Sarcophagus isn't going to kill things. Maybe Mage Backlines. Sting is really good. It's not bad right now, and it's also really good in Pumpkin, and it's really good in tokens. So the pick for me was definitely Sting here, for exactly those reasons. But this all just leads back to the fact that I would have had a plan put together already, and I would be playing towards those plans instead of just trying to do these one things at a time, which it looks like you're just trying to take one step at a time. In this game, you can't do that. You do position a little better. Not much. Oh man, they got lucky value. Oh, that was a really lucky hit. Treasure map is spook. Oh, I didn't even see that we locked there. Wait, did we lock? What did this? I remember seeing you lock. Oh, you locked. Okay, so this is just another mistake. So this is a smaller one because I know you're going for this. But we're going into level 6. Like, it's time for Pumpka or Bearstein. It's not time for any 5 drops anymore. You can still take this for treasure map purposes, but it's like a little more rough. I actually don't think I would take it now because you just need to start hitting the Premier Sixes. I think it's fine. I don't think it's bad that you took it. Pretty easy skip. There's the Bearstein. I sell for this Bearstein every time. You sell these 2 units and then you just all of a sudden have a decent board. A little bit of panic. I understand that. I'm not going to harp you on that. That's just another thing that comes with with the gameplay, game knowledge. We're really weak in beginning stone board. This is actually more stats than 5, because this dies, this gets procs, but if this dies, this doesn't get procs. Just a random little thing. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I know I'm like he and Han over here like an asshole, but this is really bad. This was a really bad buy on 5-0. Um, this is a much worse buy on 6-0. So you're at 6 gold, and you have again 3 useless units, 4 useless units now even. So at 6, that means you have 4 rolls to get 6s, and you just spent 4 gold on a vulture that maybe gets 15 to 20 power. So this is just um not efficient. This is sorry. I couldn't think of the word. This is super inefficient. Like this is another thing that's going to go into our late game thing. And it's again, it's what you've talked about. I know you've talked about it. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to really hammer in how important the econ is in the late game. And even if you don't know the comps and stuff like that, you shouldn't be buying 4s at level 6 basically ever. Is really the best way to put that. You rarely want to buy them at level 5, but you should almost never. I'll never say never, but you should almost never be buying these. And this unit in particular is pretty bad. Um, so let's see if you get punished in the next couple of rolls. Don't lock this. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm seeing what you're doing, and I'm seeing what we can work on, which is really, really good. Much easier that way. Oh yeah, now you're just overvaluing these. You just took out a 50 power unit for a 30 power unit. That was the best hit that you could have got there. Super lucky. Super lucky against these Doom Breaths. And Dr. Kush is dead. Moonsong's fine here over the Dark Contract. It's pretty good with Bearstein and it's pretty good with tokens. I wouldn't be too sad to replace the Dark Contract with the Moonsong. Skip's also reasonable. Forking Rod's also fine. These aren't like super exciting, but um, they're better than Contract. Coin's not. Coin's the only one to not take. Again, I know I've repeated myself a bunch of times, but it will come full circle and it will make sense why I keep saying it. Nice. Good decision. Excuse me. Okay, this oh okay. This is the how do I say this? This is I think just another sequence of not having your plan together. This is the worst turn of the game to me outside of the locking for this. And so um basically this and this are extremely premier units in this comp. And we have this vulture and this queen which need to go. This should have gone forever ago. This needs to go too. So that's 4 units. So basically, you can look at that as 7 gold that you have, and this could be 8, 9 gold. And so what you should definitely have done here is sold these 2 for Baby Bear, even just those 2 for Baby Bear alone, and then locked, and then you can knighthood this, and you just become oodles more powerful. But instead, we're gonna roll, and my guess is gonna be we're not gonna see anything and we're going to start to lose every fight. You have been winning the fights longer than I thought you would have. But there's no way in a lobby that's like halfway decent. I don't know what MMR this is, but like in a halfway decent lobby, you would be probably dead by now. Oof. Oof. Those are big. Glad they emoted when they're probably still gonna lose though, right? Good emote. Well emoted, friend. Emote him back. Emote him back. Emote him back. Yes. Alright, I don't have to teach you about emoting. We're good. All right, what you got here? You take this lance, I'm leaving, Herc. Okay, good. We passed a couple of peeps, which are upgrades. Like this cat's gotta go. This mummy's gotta go. Those vultures gotta go too, but in this lobby, maybe the vulture's still fine. At this point, I would just kidnap. I don't quite remember what Murtay's playing, but oh, Smite's better. Actually, no, I'm wrong there. Smite's better. Good job. I haven't seen the Smite. This lobby is just crazy weak. Nice. They are dead. This is an auto pick. One reason this is an auto pick is because Ambrosia is just really, really, really good. I know it's like weird to kind of go back down one on your board, but it's a pretty quick pick. Got the Monkey's Paw again too. I would still take Ambrosia here over Monkey's Paw. Yeah, Drax Saber can definitely go. Sark can go too. I mean, any of these can go. I guess Saber's better than Sark. Maybe better than Monkey's Paw, or maybe better than Moonsong. I'm not sure. I think that's fine. I think I would have done that too. It's fine. A round table. Bizarre board. We're really well set up to beat these kinds of boards though, so that's nice. Ambrosia's coming in clutch too. Big range units, but I don't think they're big enough. Edge Hunter. Oh. Another bear seems really nice. Beans is fine. Maybe you want to save for a Pigomorph instead, since the only thing you're buying now is, well, bears. I would lock this for sure. That's a 6 cost treasure. It's a little weird with Ambrosia, but you can just replace the Ambrosia. I would lock this too because Cat's Call is really good. Oh wow. I have a feeling I don't need to watch this. I don't think much is gonna matter decision-wise. It looks like you do maybe pick up one fight though. Maybe more if they're boy. Toxic. Toxic. I like what you did by going into the scam. I think it's very good. I think it's the only way you're gonna beat them. So like even this apple's probably fine. Well, what you did late game, late game was really good. This whole pivot was a good job. I'm assuming it still doesn't get there. I guess if you never kill their good boy. No, it looks like too much still. Okay. All right. So let's talk about uh where it went wrong. Not even where that it went wrong, but where can be improved. It's better verbiage. Um, yeah, you just gotta assess your plans. Don't play every turn as if it's gonna be your last turn. Like your life is a resource. You can definitely use more of it. The first example I can really think of, aside from the Dark Contract, is that turn where you didn't buy the experience against the 5 HP. Even if like the Doom Breath hit different and you took 10, 15 HP, you're level 6 and you really get to start doing things. So what I think we need to do is, like I talked about, just discuss what you want to do late game. By 5-0, you should know what you're going to do. And if you don't know what you're going to do, you should know what you're going to do if that doesn't work. And then if you don't know what you're going to do, or if you know what you're going to do, it doesn't work, and then the second thing doesn't work, you should always have a third plan. The third plan is to try to get 4th place. You were in a position where you could have won this game probably pretty easily because you could have done more damage to the lobby, specifically this one. Maybe you don't get first, but 9 out of 10 games. If you got second 9 out of 10 games, but with this play you'll get second 10 out of 10 games, if that makes sense. Like that kind of stuff adds up. Maybe even you get first 2 out of 10 games instead of the the 0 out of 10. But yeah, I'm gonna send this to you, let you look at it, let you decide if you want it to let me put it up on my YouTube. It's a long one, and I know I kind of went a little mean about it, but I really want to drill these points into your head. One thing I talked about in the document too is your positioning is actually pretty good. I didn't notice any real bad positioning aside from like the that very first turn that I talked about a little bit. Everything else was actually pretty good, so good job on that. I'm not going to get to the third game today, but hopefully you do get to see these and you enjoy them. And if you have any questions, just hit me up. I will figure out how to make that document. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Or maybe we can even just talk about it. It'll be more helpful. Or maybe that's something that we can talk about during the live stream coaching that you wanted to do. But yeah, anyway, man, I'm going to peace out.